Okay, so I'm going to be showing you another one of my strategies that I use. Obviously last time I did a gold one. This time we're going to be doing a Euro USD one because again, it's a very commonly traded pair. Now, there's a few things required for this setup. So, step one is you need to follow structure, obviously. Then you need to look for a break of structure, obviously. Then we use fair value gaps and then where to enter. Now, within this break of structure, there's a specific secret thing that I use, which I will get into in this video. But these are kind of the main ones that we're going to be using. And I have used for a long time to trade this pair. So, what do we need to see? Well, first of all, we need to look at structure in London session. So these little grey boxes here are London session, just to make it kind of clearer for you. But what we're looking for is essentially clear sort of breaks and market structure like this. And as you can see right here, this is what we have. So we have a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and then a big push up towards London session. So for me, when I'm seeing this, I'm obviously going to be wanting to get into buys here. That's the logical thing. And this is where structure is so important because that's essentially going to give you your direction. Now I talked about break of structure, and the secret to this break of structure, and it's not really a secret, but the secret thing that I use is the break of structure has to be 3 candles, i.e. 3 candles in the same direction that are imbalanced. So what does that actually look like? Well, say we have this kind of structure like this, and then this push to the upside, and then within here, this is one candle, this is another candle, and this is another candle here. So we got 1, 2, I don't think I've done this right, but you get the gist, right? 3 candles. If I just remove this one for now, 3 candles like this, 1, 2, 3, all in structure, all in order, all going in the key bit, the same direction. If we were to have this same structure like this, if I just do it again, if we were to have the same thing, and then we have 1 candle, 2 candles, and then 3 candles, but for example, maybe this candle was going down and these were going up, then that would not be valid. So you're looking for 3 going in the same direction that are imbalanced. You don't want to see any of this kind of like choppy up down, like any of this stuff like within here. You don't want to be seeing this within here. You just want to have 3 clean imbalanced candles in the same direction to the upside. So what does that look like? Well, this would be a great example. If I just remove this, so it's a bit clearer, there we go. This would be a great example here because we actually have more than 3, but 3 is, you know, the important one. 3 that break the structure. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 candles all imbalanced in the same direction going to the upside, which fits the structure that we're already following. So now if we look at the wider picture, we have market moving upwards with the structure that we've looked at. We've had a break to the upside with 3 candles also going upwards, and they're imbalanced. Now the key bit here is, where do you get your entry? Because we have our direction, we know that we want to buy, but where do we actually get our direction? Well, or our entry, sorry. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the imbalanced candle that broke structure. So as you can see, it is the middle one here, and it normally is the middle one, but not always. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to mark on a fair value gap like so. Now this is kind of up to you how you want to do it. Some people will use this wick here, some people will do it different ways. This is just how I've always done it. I've taken the wick from the candle to the left of it and the wick from the candle to the right of it, and then all you do is you just enter on the first area, and then I normally would have a 10 pip SL, and then for this I would target a 1 to 2 because that was just the best win rate for this particular strategy. And that's how you do it. It's very, very simple. Now, this is quite a big imbalance. It's not always going to be like this, but in terms of where to enter, I tested all 3 areas, and I can find the data for this so that I can show you it. But I tested all 3 entries. I tested entering on the top of it, I tested waiting for the bottom, and I tested the middle, and I just found that the top gave you the most entries and the most profit. Now, you can go for more than a 1 to 2. Some people like to go for a 1 to 3, which also would have worked perfectly. It's kind of up to you. It was just from my testing, a 1 to 2 had the best win rate. But that's kind of the, I guess, point of the strategy. Now, one that wouldn't be valid is this one here, because if you look, you need to be one before, as I said, the one after, and the one in the middle that typically breaks structure to all be in the same direction. However, what do we have here? The one before, great, same direction. The one that breaks structure, great, same direction. But then we have the next candle that's actually a down candle. So that would not be a valid setup. So that's what you need to look for, okay? You need to look for it being 3 that break structure. So I'm going to find another example now just to kind of show you a bit more about, what I'm talking about. So again, I wanted to find just a sell one quickly to kind of show you the opposite. But what do we have here? Well, we come into London and we've got a high, a lower high, lows being broken now, and then another low being made, another lower high being made. So we're looking at this, and what we're seeing sell structure, right? So we know that we're going to want to see price go to the downside. Now, you could have potentially got an entry like somewhere in here, again with a 10 pip SL to kind of target that, but it's a bit before my trading time at 6:45. You want to, as I said, go for London. That's normally when I do it, or New York. It works on either. But what do we have? We have this kind of major low here, and we have price go straight through it. Now, what we do again is we look for the three candles. So the one before, the one that breaks structure, and the one after. And as you can see, this is the one that breaks structure. The one that breaks structure needs to have the fair value gap in it. Doesn't matter as much about the other two because we're not entering off that. It just needs to be the one that breaks structure. So we have 3 that fit into that. So what do? We draw our fair value like so, using the same as before. And then we would enter on the bottom of it. So always the one that comes in. And then you want a 10 pip SL like so, and then a 1 to 2. But again, as I said, you could also target a 1 to 3. That would also work absolutely fine. Both work fine. And as you can see, it works perfectly. So it's the same thing. So get the market structure overall. Look at how the candles are. You need 3 in the same direction. The middle one has to have a fair value gap. The one, i.e. the one in the middle, the one that breaks structure. Then you enter on the fair value gap using the wick, just like that, and then it sells off. So give that, strategy a test, give it a try, see what you think, let me know, and I will see you in the next video.